animation. They go live though. Get this together real quick. First thing I do, I don't know what I gotta do first. Ugh. Dang. Alright, there we go. Alright, so working on animation. That's the not those. You feel me? The not those. You feel me? Side characters, you know what I'm saying? You know, we got the restaurant right here. I still need a name. I ain't come up with a name for it yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a rough draft, you feel me? Like I said, it's gonna be an animation, not a comic book. So animation means it's gonna move, you know, like your favorite anime, right? So, but anyways, still gotta have a blueprint for everything. So this would be the blueprint of the restaurant, you feel me? The tables, I gotta figure out how I wanna do the legs, but actually I'll just graphic design the tables. You know what I'm saying? So this is just to let me know what I want to put there and have an idea of what I want it to look like. So, you know, you got the fryers and stuff like that, you know, because you're going to be cooking. You got the counter, you got the registers, you know what I mean? They're going to look cool because I'm going to make it digital, right? So the registers would be cool. Then you got the men's and women's bathroom, got the trash cans and stuff. Then you got the menu, you know, shakes, sodas, flavored waters. Got the fish, chicken, nuggets, salads. Got the noodles. Got the Cinnabis. Got the sugar swiggles. And got the fries. You feel me? Yeah, we got our own custom menu too. We got the sugar swiggles, baby. The sugar swiggles and the Cinnabrisk. You feel me? It's gonna be nice. And I'm gonna make that in real life too, so you'll be able to see what that gonna look like. It's gonna be good. Oh yeah, you know, I said notes for the tarot and stuff, you know, when I was putting in that work. Oh yeah, I'm gonna draw a park. That's what I need to draw. That's why I said park up here. I draw a park. Like, man, you ain't drew nothing. He said, no, I did though. You know what I mean? We got the assistant store manager right here, you feel me? Got the cook right here. You got one of the cashiers. We got the store manager, you feel me? Then we're gonna draw. Oh yeah, that's what I gotta draw now. So now I gotta draw another cashier because I'm having a female cashier, so I gotta draw another female. By the way, they're hard for me to draw. I never was drawing women as kids and stuff. The women are harder to draw. So, but yeah, so we're drawing the women. So I got one woman here. I got to draw another woman for a cashier. So that's what I'm gonna be working on, drawing a cashier female. That's gonna be a challenge, man. So I'm gonna try to put it. I'm not gonna try. I'm going to put in that work. So these characters are all gonna be drawn. Probably gonna have to redraw all these over like 3 times before I animate them, just so I can. They gotta look better than this, but I'm getting better each time. So this is the first time. So I draw another woman for a cashier. That's what we're doing on here for sure. Draw another woman. That'll give me 2 women. And then I want to draw a robot. I'm going to draw a robot. Man, I don't even think I'm going to draw the robot, dog. I'm just going to straight computer that. I'm just going to computer the robot, bro. I ain't even going to draw that mug. So I'm drawing a woman. You know what? I'm going to draw the robot anyways. I'm going to draw the robot, and if I don't like it, I can always change it. So I'm going to draw a robot. That's really going to be something. All right, challenging. I'm going to draw the woman. I'm going to draw a robot. Then that's 2. Who else I want to draw? And I got to draw the park. So let's start with the park, man, because drawing the women is hard. So we're going to start with the park so I can start drawing trees and stuff. So, go spit again. And then while I'm drawing, man, we'll have some story time and stuff like that, you know. So let's start drawing. I'm gonna draw. I was standing outside looking at the park crosses, and the most I got consciousness told me how to draw the trees because I asked. I was like, man, I'm trying to draw the tree, man, but I'm drawing it like this and like this. So I'm like, it ain't looking right. And then it told me to do this. So I'm doing what the most I got consciousness told me to do to draw this tree. Really to draw a lot of things. So that's why it's gonna be the way it is, because I'm guided to do what I'm doing. I think that's big enough. So far we got the trees looking like this. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see how it go. That's where we at right now with the tree. It's my first time making an attempt to draw it the way the most High God consciousness told me to do it. So we're gonna see how that goes. You know it's gonna be cool. So that's how I looking now. Like I said, you're drawing the tree, you know what I'm saying? So working on the first tree. Shit, man, what's it looking like right now? It's looking like that right now. You know what I mean? So, working on the tree. It says, oh, I ain't even reading. It said, oh, thanks, man, for the help. I appreciate that, white dog. Cause you see what I be doing, struggling. It said, I personally like to doodle a stick figure into a position. Oh, for real? Then I do broad features like head. You know, I never think to start with a stick figure, and that makes sense because the first thing they teach you to draw is a stick person. And I know that's why everybody needs somebody, and you never know what you are needed for. You're supposed to just show up as your true, authentic self, be true to your word, mean well with your intentions, and put the Most High God consciousness over you, because that way you know your consciousness always have room to ascend. And when you can do that, you can take advice from people or at least think about it. When somebody suggests something to you, it does not mean you have to do it that way. But you have a consciousness that lives inside of you that is actually who you are. And if you consciously think about it, then you will have a better idea on if you should try it or not. Because your consciousness is not going to lead you wrong. I'll give you an example. You go to the edge of a cliff, then you be like, I should jump. And then your consciousness would be like, don't do it. Then you'll be like, why? And they'll be like, because you're going to die. And then you just had a conversation with your consciousness, which is your higher self. If you consciously think about it. So yeah, great advice. So let me see what else, because I sure need guidance. When I was a kid, this is why I'm really good at, because practice makes perfect, right? So for the people that's related to me, you'll know this is true. So when I was a kid, I didn't care about getting good grades. I just wanted to pass my classes. My parents wanted me to get A's and B's, but they ain't always want me to do things that I wanted to do. So since I didn't get to do what I wanted to do whenever I wanted to do it, I cared that they wanted me to get good grades. So I'm like, okay, well, don't fail. So, all right, D's and F's are bad. You want me to get A's and B's, but I'm cool with C's. Because they lie in the stuff that they teach you in school about history and stuff. So once I found out they were lying about history and stuff, there was no faith in it. How am I have faith in a system that's lying to me? If you consciously think about it. So with that mentality, I was just like, man, I'm just gonna pass my classes. So you get midterms when you're in school, like in elementary, even in high school, elementary, junior high, high school. At the school I went to, you get midterms, which is an intern report, which is basically if you had your report card today, this is the grades that would be on it. And that'd be in the middle of the semester. It'd be in the middle of the quarter. So it'd be 3.5 weeks in, you get this, and then your parents gotta see it. You feel me? So they can see what your grades and stuff is. So anybody in my family that know me know this is true. And anybody that went to school with me know this is true. I'm not lying. So on my midterms, oh man, it was always 50-50 if I was gonna get whooped or not. Cause my grades would be like D's and F's, bro. I have like my classes, bro, my grades, I have like 50% F, because you need a 60% to get a D. I have like a 50% F in like two classes. They'd be like 50, 55, be two F's on there. And then in two classes, I have like a 64% D. And then one class, I'm not sure I have like a 63%, 62% D minus. It'll be a D minus on there. So I mess around have like two D's, one be a D minus, two F's, and then I have like two C's or something. You feel me? So, my parents be mad. My brothers and sisters, they get their grades. They be ready to show their grades. Like, hey, I got my grades, because you got to show them. So, and, my younger brother and sister, because I got an older brother, but my younger brothers and sisters, I only have one sister and one younger brother, and I got one older brother. But my younger brother and my younger sister, they cool for real. Because, like, sometimes I tell them, like, hey, man, don't tell them you got your midterms today. Like, because I don't feel like getting a whooping, bro. I mean, I'm going to get a whooping, but I don't feel like getting it this today. Because they always give it to us on a Friday. You feel me? Our school always give it to you on a Friday. You feel me? They try to get you in trouble for the weekend if they don't like what you're doing. So they have to give it to you on Friday. So I be telling my brother and sister sometimes, like, hey, man, like, thanks for the likes, by the way. But I'd be like, hey, man, if y'all don't tell them, you feel me? If y'all don't tell them, like, just lie. Hey, oh, God, bro, I told the truth, bro. That's why they be like, he can't be the big chief, man. This dude is a savage. But I'm indigenous. But anyways, I used to be like, look, man, if y'all just lie and say y'all ain't got it today, I'm gonna be able to play the video games with y'all this weekend, bro. I'll be able to play with y'all be able to play the games and stuff with y'all this weekend. And they'll be like, all right, cool, because we don't want you getting no whooping. And I'd be like, man, I love y'all for that. Because my sister and brother, they feel bad when I get whoopings and stuff. You feel me? Whooping me was like whooping them. And my parents knew it. So I was the example. And then when you're dealing with the spiritual people, they be saying the black sheep and the living sacrifice. Now, I'm not the only black sheep. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Out of my immediate family, it's two black sheep, bro. It's me and my younger brother. On God, bro. We the two black sheep, bro. We the two people that got allergic reactions to stuff. Everybody else don't have them like we do. But we the ones that have allergic reactions to stuff. You feel me? So we can eat, me and my brother, we can eat a fruit or something and break out. You feel me? My brother used to be allergic to the dish soap, bro. He used to break his hands out, man. On God, bro. That's something I never experienced in my life, bro. It'll break his hands out, bro. We didn't know if it was from the football grass or what. And my family to find out it was the dish soap. But his hands used to break out from it. You feel me? And when his hands broke out from it, people used to treat him different when his hands was broken out. And I want to say shout out to my brother, man. I never really knew what that was like when they treated you different about your hands being broke out until I got my jaw broke. When I got my jaw broke at 27, I knew then what it was like to have your hands break out. Because I get rashes on my arms or on my leg or something. You feel me? And with your arm or your leg, most women and stuff don't even know until you about to have sex. And they be like, man, what's that? And I'll be talking about, oh, I got a rash. They be like, you got a rash from what? I be like, 8 strawberries. They be like, get the hell out of here, bro. You trying to tell me you eat strawberries, you get a rash? I'm like, shoot, give me a strawberry. I'll eat it and show you. So that's different than when the rash is on your hands. When the rash is on your hands, you can't even, it ain't no covering it up. They gonna see it and they gonna act how they gonna act. So I didn't really know how it was for him to go to school with that stuff happening. And I never even asked him about how that was when that stuff was happening. But God is good. Because he sure made me know. So yeah, you strong, bro. But anyways. So when I got my jaw broke, to give my brother an idea on what this whole experience is, because I'm still healing, right? And then I got a rash now because the to touch my face with some dirty ass hands, bro, and it broke me all out, bro. So now I see why rich people don't let you touch them. So I ain't letting no stranger danger, bro. You're not gonna be able to just walk up and touch me, bro. I'm like, back up, hold up, and if you try to fight, you get knocked out because I'm the best. Take that out. You want to? I dare you to try me. Anyways, because 6 months is 6 months, dog. That ain't nothing. Do that sitting. I do that standing up, sitting down, playing chess, doing sit-ups. That's nothing to me. So take that how you want to, but you can't touch me without my permission. Straight like that. So, but yeah. So to my brother, when I got my jaw broke, all the way up to when I was like 3 years ago. Because 3 years ago, my face started healing up a lot better. So from 27 to like 36, I'm 40, I'll be 41. But we'll just say 27 to 36. Every day, people looked at me the same way as when they looked at you when your hands broke out, dog. On God. That should give you an idea of how it was. And I always was good at getting women because I was one of the East Point players because I started it. You feel me? We wasn't no gang. We was just a group of dudes who always had multiple girlfriends. And sometimes they brothers be wanting to jump you or the girls will try to get you jumped or the dudes that like the girls will want to fight you. So when you are having multiple girlfriends and stuff, when I was going through high school and as a teenager, you mess around to find yourself in situations where it'd be about 7, 10, 12, 15 months want to fight you because you cheating on their sister. Like, think about it. So the people that was hanging around me and stuff that was in the area, they was doing what I was doing. They was going up to the mall, hollering at girls, getting numbers and stuff. So they wanted to be players too. So I was just like, look, if you're an East Point player, the only thing is this: it's 2 rules. You can't tell on nobody that's in it. So if they cheating on their girlfriend or whatever, you can't tell, bro. If you tell, you no longer one of us. The other thing is you can't let none of us get jumped, bro. Anybody can get their one-on-ones, but you can't let nobody get jumped. And that was the East Point players. So that's how that came about. So we weren't even hanging out like that. It was just when we was just out and about doing our thing, we see each other like, all right, I got you. You feel me? That's how that went. But yeah, all that ended up coming out. But like I said, story time while I'm drawing. You feel me? Oh yeah, I need to read more. Man, he said a high number of people do not wash their hands. Bro, that is so true. Here's another thing that's crazy, right? Okay, so I've been like homeless, like enough times and they really don't. It's been more than 3 times. It's been no more than 3 times, right? So when I came to Chicago, I ain't had nothing but a bag, $100 in my bank account, and the clothes on my back. That's all I came here with. I didn't know nobody. First night I slept outside. So, anyways, I ended up living in a tent. I was there for 10 months. Now, when I was in the tent, there was 2 women that had tents. One was a stud and one was a regular woman. They both said they were spiritual and they was living on the land. They really said they was witches. They really said they was witches for real. But I just took it as spiritual. But anyways, I check on them because there was another dude there and he was always watching out for the girls, and he was doing his own stuff, but he'd watch out for the girls. So if dudes were trying to do the wrong thing, he'd fight for them because he'd protect them. He had been stabbed like 9 times and stuff. But I also let him know the 2 girls, because there was 3 of them actually. It was 3 of them. 2 girls and 1 stud. 3 of them. And I was like, well, if y'all need me, I'll help you out. But I'm going to try to talk before I have to fight. Because I don't even know nobody. They got gangs here. Everybody running around with guns. I don't have no weapons. I'm just the best fighter. Take it how you want to. So there's times where they'll wake up outside their tent and there'd be a whole dude. There'd be a dude just sleeping on the ground right by their stuff. They'll call for me. The big chief. Brandon, the big chief. I wake up, come out. Hey, he out here, he won't leave from in front of my tent. I told him he need to move. He talking crazy to me, talking about what I'm gonna do. They out there got their knives. You feel me? So I'm like, hey man, like, go somewhere else. You feel me? Like, why you gonna lay right here, bro? It's all this land you could be at. You wanna be right here. You know it's a woman in that tent. Wait, and she talking about you better get away. I'm like, dude, she holding two knives looking at you. I'm not gonna stop her. But if you try to do something, I'm gonna knock you out. Like I had to let her know. Like when I hit you, it's over. Like so, I had to do that a couple times, but I ain't never had to hit nobody because they be having their knives, and I'm already like, hey, I'm showing them my knuckles. Like, hey, man, I'm letting you know, like these ain't no regular knuckles, bro. Like you don't want these, bro. The teeth is not gonna be there no more. So then they're gone. Now the reason why I'm pointing this out, I was there with them for 10 months, right? So I got my place now and stuff, right? So when I first moved in here, I walk around at like 3 o'clock at like 1 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning. I walk around here because I needed to know who was out here selling the wrong drugs, who was out here using the wrong drugs, who was out here on the streets, who was out here breaking in cars, who was stealing. I needed to know. So I walk around during them times. Now by doing so, I end up meeting homeless people, right? Because they're the ones that's up, right? So I had a pack of cigarettes, right? So you can sell singles, right, for $1, right? People be doing that, right? So what I did was I had a pack of cigarettes. I walk around, and then I'd be like, they'll be like, "Hey man, you got to smoke?" I'd be like $1. They'd be like, "Oh man, I ain't got $1." I'm like, I already know they homeless. They just ain't gonna say it. So I'd be like, "It's cool, man. I already know what it's like to need a cigarette. Somebody not give you one. So boom, here you go." And they'd be like, "Oh man, thanks." And I'm like, "Yeah, because we smoke tobacco to keep from doing stuff because you're trying to deal with your nerves." So people be surprised, like giving somebody a cigarette or giving somebody $1 could save a lot of things from happening. But people so selfish and ignorant, they don't even know this. So they smoke cigarettes. So now I'm like, forget it. I gave away a square. I might as well smoke one. So now I'm smoking one. They smoking one. You feel me? So now we talking. I'm letting them know, like, yeah, I live out here. You feel me? I'm just a couple females I seen that's out here. They be like, yeah, we know. I'm like, right. Well, I'll be letting them know, like, if they need help, just holler, and then I'm gonna show up. And if the dude's doing the wrong thing, I'm gonna beat him up. So the women was very appreciative of that, and then the females, they asked for a cigarette. I used to just give it to them because they already have to do a lot of stuff to get stuff anyway. So some people feel they ain't never had nobody give them nothing. So they'll be the people I look forward to giving something to. So that way they can never say nobody did nothing for free. Like, no, you can't say that. You met me. I do it. I gave you stuff for free. I gave you knowledge. I shared knowledge and wisdom for free. I gave you things that you wanted for free. I didn't get nothing out. You didn't need nothing out you. So now you can no longer say that nobody ever done it because God had me do it. I say. So now the whole point of bringing that up is one of the girls that was out here, she seen me when I was walking down the street, and I actually was like, I had my clothes on and stuff, so I was out here looking kind of nice that day, and I was walking, and she ran up to me like, "Hey, I'm so glad to see you." She gave me a hug, and I was like, damn, she hugging me all on my clean clothes. Hey, I'm thinking like the rich people, bro. Like, damn, she all dirty hugging me with my clean clothes. But she really wanted to hug me. So I embraced her. I said, "How you doing today?" She's like, "I'm all right. You got $1?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Can I have $1?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll give you $1." So I gave her $1. I'm like, damn, I only got like $3 myself. She get all happy, thank you so much. And then she touched my face, bro, with them dirty ass hands, bro. And I have my beard and stuff. So she touched my face and then she swiped that. But I had just cut my face because I had lined I told you I just came out here looking kind of nice that day. I had lined my face up and the clippers had bit me. And when it bit you, it left me a line like this on my face. And with her dirty ass fingers, they touched my whole line on my face like that. And I'm walking. And I walk like David Goggins be running. So I walk. When she touched my face, I ain't even thinking about dirty her hands. I was just like, damn, I'm trying to treat her like a normal person because she still is a normal person living a different type of life. You understand what I'm saying? So she done touched my face and I'm like, damn. So I ain't really thinking about it. I forgot the clippers that bit me. So I was like, all right, have a good day. And I made sure I got my dishes from her because I ain't want people to think that I'm with her. You know what I'm saying? I just pass by and I'm somebody that would help if I can, right? So I had to keep walking to go to the store, and to go to the store was like an hour walk. She caught me like 15 minutes into the walk. So I still walk down to the store and stuff. I shop, get my groceries, put it in my book bag, and then I got like a whole hour walk back. So I still walk back. And then guess what? I don't even wash my face. I ain't even thinking about it. I done forgot. I even gave her $1. I done forgot I done seen her because I'm focused on what I'm doing. I'm over here thinking about, man, I got to practice my tarot. I got to connect with the ancestors. I got to learn the meanings of these cards better because I don't have them all memorized, and I'm focusing on that. So I'm in here, I'm reading my books, I'm studying, you feel me? I'm talking to the ancestors. I ain't asking them nothing about my face. I'm used to my face being different, right? So the next day I noticed it's like a black mark on my face. So I'm like, all right, that's probably my beard, because I have my beard growing at different levels because my face is different levels. You feel me? Because it's still healing. So I wash up his stuff now, but I washed up his stuff, but that was probably like 5-7 hours later after that done already happened. I ain't even scrubbed my face. And when I am scrubbing my face, I'm going in circle of motions like this, going to the right. And I'm not realizing that when you go in circles to the right, you're pushing the thing in your skin. So I'm pushing it in my skin, thinking I'm washing my skin. But when you're washing your skin, you really want to go circles to the left if you're trying to get something out of your skin. But I ain't thinking about it. I'm going to the right because I'm right-handed, right? So everything's to the right of me, right? So I wash it up, whatever. So my face got a mark on it, like boom. But I still got my hair growing kind of ways, right? See, So it's like 6 months has passed, and my face is, it itches like probably like once a week, and I scratch it, right? So I'm like, you know what? My face itching too much. I'm about to just cut this beard off. So when I cut it off, I seen the mark on my shit, and I'm like, damn, man, what's that? It's like, all right, so I gotta wash it. So I put the soap, put a bar of soap, thick, going circles right, and then I just spreaded that shit all out on my face. All out of my face, bro. And then it got spreaded, and I was like, damn, I done spreaded it. So then I used my body wash with the antibacterial stuff on it, and then that's how I got the healing up to where it is now. And also to help to heal up is by standing in the sun, and I letting the sun heal it. So that's the sun and the antibacterial body wash soap is what got it healing up to where it is now. So now I'm about to be able to look like I'm supposed to again. And then this finish healing up, I'll be all right. But they be talking about that spiritual attacks and stuff. And you never know, man. The dealers out here, they don't, I'm against everything they stand for. Dealers and stuff, they like money over everything. I'm like the most I got consciousness over everything. So that's the opposite of them. They like material possessions is where it's at. That's my status. That's what made me who I am. I'm like, material possessions don't mean shit, and the consciousness is who I am. So, the drug dealers, they selling that hardcore drug stuff, they don't like me. But if they sell weed, and they only sell weed, they love me. You know what I'm saying? That'll let you know which dealers got the consciousness, right? So anyways, they could have easily told her to wipe some shit on my face and then give her the drug that she uses for it, and she'll do it. So That's why they say spiritual attacks, because she could have been sent to do that to me. Because they seen I was already dressed up looking good. Ain't nothing to send her down. There's only so many drugs before you don't think for yourself no more. So think about that. But that's the kind of stuff with gang stalking, because the people that selling drugs, they be in competition with me, which I don't even see how. They making more money. They doing illegal stuff. I'm doing legal. They're doing illegal. But they be salty because they spent all that money on Louis Vuitton and Gucci and stuff. And I pop out looking good like this. And they ain't got this, baby. You feel me? And it says Ascended Consciousness Connection. I'm already walking around with the black chief on it, talking about spiritual conscious on the back. So they salty. Everybody's like, oh my God, that's dope. Who made that? They looking at it like that. That's the black people that's looking at it like that. Now, them other nationalities look at it and be side-eyeing like, oh, a black chief. And I'd be like, you damn right, because I'm the big chief. So, back to drawing. Oh, yeah, let's see what else we got on here. Yeah, but this lady, it's like, what they call the fiends? You know what I mean? Like the heroin addict, crackheads, meth head people. They be digging around in trash cans and they be having oil, dirt, and ashes all in their fingernails. And that's true. The person do make the outfit. But see, that's a conscious being to have that understanding. When you're not conscious, you think the possessions makes the person. When you think for yourself and you are aware of yourself and you know that you are what make the things worthy, period. Ain't no views without the viewer. Ain't no tribe, ain't no community, ain't no government, ain't no gang, ain't no group, ain't no system. Well, you can have a system without the people because you can have a system full of robots. But ain't no community, ain't no tribe, ain't no government if you ain't got no people. Ain't no country without no people. It's just a continent. The reason why you got countries and cities is because of people. Otherwise, it just be land. Because that's what it is anyways. Land. With things on it and things in it and a whole bunch of living and all consciousness floating around. Yeah, I got cut. I didn't do that. Hey, you know me. I didn't do that. He said, hey, in dental assistant, I had the eye wash. I got to do the eye wash thing for something. Why did I do eye washing? I got to stick my eyes in that before, bro. I forgot why we had that. We did. I got to do that once. Yeah. So, all right. I appreciate that. It said, I bet it was a splashback. Oh, for real? If you splash, oh, so I got to do like this? Oh shit, pressure water. Oh, so you mean so that means I need to try to use the nozzle out the sink and hit my face with it. All right, hey, never would have thought of that myself. Yeah, all right, I'll try it with my sink then. Oh, and another thing I did, I put some dish soap on it. Hey, after I put the bar of soap on it first, I took the dish soap and put the dish soap on the oh, not the dental thing. Oh, all right, my bad. But I put the dish soap on my face, man. That shit had some of my skin peel off. I was like, oh man, I might be allergic to this. Hey, you know me, man. I'll cut it out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so just experiences like that. So yeah, now I ain't gonna let nobody touch my face, bro. He said I ain't let nobody touch my face, bro. You know how they say, I don't let no woman on stage if I don't know her. All right, well, ain't no woman touching my face if I don't know her. You feel me? I don't know about this tree right here, man. And it's cool with me, cause like I'm gonna draw this tree, but I really know how to do this graphic stuff. So it's like if I don't even like how the tree looks, it gives me an idea on what type of tree I want it to be, and then where I want to place it at. So like I said, this stuff is just a blueprint, and it's good thing. You know what I mean? It's good things. Give me content. It show people that I went through the steps to make it. Cause right now I am not liking this tree. I like the tree. I don't like the leaves. But like I said, this is the first time drawing it, so by the third time, I'm sure it'll be better. I never drew it like this. I was guided to draw. I was instructed. I was told by the Most High God consciousness, like you do it like this. And I'm not gonna ask how it feels about it because I know it's gonna be like, boy, you ain't perfect. I'm like, man, who you telling? Because the leaves definitely need a little better, but this is good practice for muscle memory. So let my hands know, like, remember like which way to curve for what angles, stuff like that. Because, you know, I'm not going to tell everything that I'm doing to make this animation because the game is sold, not told, remember? So I'm just giving you some juice for free. You feel me? So this is the free juice, you know. That'd be like if my brother went on live and he was making this game on live. You feel me? And it was like, all he had to do is let you see it from an angle like this where you can't see what he doing, right? And then he be doing what he doing. And then as he make a character, he can just show you, like, this the character I did. This is the background, see how it look, and then go back to work. And then you won't be able to see the whole process. And that could be how he could do lives just to show his content, just to have content. It's showing him going through the process of making the game without giving away what he did to make the game. You feel me? And then that'll build anticipation for people to want to get the game because you'll be creating a bond with them off of them watching them. Because the anticipation for watching them is only going to lead to one to play it. This is what we're doing right now with the animation. Hey, the tree is looking better now. Hold on. It is looking better now. You see how it started to look more like a tree? I didn't even do no detail on the leaves yet. Let me see something. Because even if I question something, I still listen. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure, White Dog. Appreciate y'all. Hey, y'all check out White Dog right there, man. Check out his content. You feel me? Check it out. Anybody that's commenting on my videos, hitting the like button, they gonna be good people. Cause I got the energy that repels the bad ones. If you don't have a good consciousness, or if you don't mean well by your intentions, you ain't gonna never like me. But if you mean well with your intentions and you got a consciousness, but nobody's perfect, hey, we'll mess around and get along. And then if you love the truth, we end up being friends. Because the truth is all that's all I'm about. The reason why I know lies is because that come with the ones trying to diffuse the truth, and that's how you learn the lies, because that's what they try to throw at you. But when you know the truth, you can't help but learn the lies, because it's everything that ain't the truth. You know, not knowing is what give people power over other people. Is not knowing. The lack of knowledge is what make people feel superior over others because they have knowledge that others don't have. Like, for example, I had a cousin, right? He used to get to hang out with his friends and stuff like that. So he get to learn stuff like when Mortal Kombat came out, you could hit certain buttons before the game start, and it'll make the fighters bleed blood. It'll make one hit of win the fight. You know, he'll learn certain stuff like that, and he won't tell us how to do it, but he'll try to do it to us. He'll learn the buttons for the fatalities that he didn't want to tell us, but you know, because we'll beat him up. We'll beat him up in the game, but when he win, he do a fatality. But that's all right, though. We made sure he didn't win too much. Be over there talking about, we beating you in your own game. That's probably why he used to go over to his friend Nick's house when we come over, because we used to whoop him in his own game. Hurt his little ego. All right, let's see how this tree coming now. So it is getting a little better. Coming to life a little bit. Oh man, dude. And the crazy thing is, like, my dad, right? My dad, man, he just had a birthday that passed. I didn't talk to him, but he still is who he is. So my dad, right? He he used to do stuff to make it hard on us on purpose. Cause he always wanted us to be strong, independent. But at the same time, he did want us to struggle. But struggle builds character. Because I didn't want my son to be spoiled either, and I told him that. I said, hey, man, like, certain things I ain't do for you, man, because I just wanted you to not be a bitch. Straight up. Because in jail, let me tell y'all something, man, because everybody don't go to jail, but most black men find themselves having to be there. How long depends on what you're doing, right? But you end up there somehow. In jail, There is a rule that everybody go by. They said there's a rule everybody go by in jail. Yeah, man. You want to know what it is? I'm gonna tell you something. In jail, you gonna learn this. You do not fight for somebody who won't fight for themselves. If they'll fight for themselves, now you can fight. You can fight and help them. But you ain't no point in fighting for anybody or helping anybody in a fight that ain't gonna fight back for themselves. Because you can mess around and get more time, get injured, get caught up in beef, die. Or get your sentence, longer time. Get your sentence added too. Get new charges. See, still get new charges. So you got family and stuff, or people, or a life that you want to get to outside them walls. What in your right mind says risk that life for somebody who won't fight for themselves when they said that they are the ones that's being wrong? Make that make sense. So it does make sense. If they ain't gonna fight back for themselves, because remember in jail, it's all men, all women. You is with who you with. So if you a man and you in jail with other men. Why you gonna fight for a man who ain't gonna fight for himself? That's why when you get bullied in school, you gonna have to stand up to the bully on your own. Because if you don't, you ain't gonna do nothing but get bullied as an adult. It's like when the spiritual community say, the negative spirits, the religious people say the devil, demons, right? The demons, the negative spirits, the negative energy, that's gonna keep coming at you until you stand up against it. Now you got a consciousness to choose with your free will on how you gonna stand up against it. But the point is, if you don't stand up for yourself, you are always at the mercy of everybody else. Everything else. If you step outside your house and a stray dog looking at you like, okay, well, if you don't stand up for yourself in this moment, you're going to have to cower down, back down, and run away from the dog. But if you spiritual or if you religious, they both said you got dominion over the animal. So why are you running from the dog? The animal sense your fear. The fear is your lack of faith. You know, you got people in your family that talk about how much faith they got when you get to talking about God. Oh, I got faith, I believe in God. And then a dog will just run up on a lead. A dog just run up, they take off running. I'd be like, that must be that mustard seed faith right there. You ran from a dog on a leash. You ain't got no faith in your God. Stop. Think about it. And then if you a melanated man like myself, you know your ancestors looking at you like, man, he's scared of dogs, bro. He's like, dude, he's scared of dogs, bro. Yeah, bro. When did we get so weak, bro? He's scared of dogs. He's scared of dogs. You know, in the woods, they got coyotes. You know, in the woods, they be mountain. In the mountains, they got mountain lions. The coyote and the mountain lion eat a dog, bro. The dog got a chance against a coyote. You feel me? They got wolves in woods, too. You feel me? Hey, for sure. He said, get dreads on your beard. Oh, nah, man. Look, I would not. You know what? I'm going to tell you like this. If you got dreads, chop cheetah, what's up? But, and Persona, appreciate your Persona White Dog. You know, ain't nothing but love. Hey, definitely check out the Persona White Dog channel. I'll be watching that. Hey, there's games on there, bro. Y'all got to check that out. If you like gaming, you got to check out the Persona White Dog challenge, bro. Because anybody can play a game. But how you play the game is what make you, baby. And that's for anybody. He said, hey, Wile Coyote. Okay. Yeah, but coyote, wolves, they be in the woods, right? So, now, let's just put this on perspective. For any females that is married to a man, dating a man, going out to a man, or seeking a man, right? Let me point this out to you. If your man is scared of dogs, then by default, he's scared of coyotes, wolves, mountain lions, snakes, bears. Basically, that means if you got a man that's scared of dogs, he probably not going to be going camping. That's right. I know the melanated people like to talk about Caucasians camping, but let you know something. Them Caucasians that be camping, they not scared of dogs, bro. They not scared of dogs. See, so you gotta keep this thing in perspective. I'm about a consciousness connection. I'm not about, okay, yeah, melanin, yeah, okay. I have to say, shout out to the melanated people. I have to say this because they don't have people that represent them. So since I'm physically a melanated being, I have to acknowledge it. But all melanated beings ain't good people. Everybody got free will. Your free will is what's going to determine how good of a person you is, because your free will is showing me who you is. They said, what separated man from God? Your decisions. You think God don't need money. God don't sell out nobody for money. God don't ain't petty about money. God don't put money over people. Now with your free will, people be doing all that shit. Yeah, water is everything, but also in moderation. Yeah, too much water will drown you. He said, "Hey, if I get a 20-gallon of water jug and just let it go, and I just stay under it, I'm gonna die." So yeah, that is very true. So yeah, consciousness, you know, they said, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, hey, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. What's the light? Oh, the light is what God gave me. That's what give me life. The light is what give you life. So what is the light? It's my soul. It's my spirit. Okay, what's your soul? My soul is my spirit. What is your soul? What is your spirit? My soul and my spirit is who I am that's inside of me. That's your consciousness. If you lose consciousness, you're gone. When there's a body in the hospital. And they say he's unconscious. Oh, I gotta do this puzzle lineup on my thing. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's me still. Okay, so when a person is in a hospital and they on life support, they telling you the body's still alive, but his brain ain't there no more. That's his consciousness. His consciousness ain't there no more. So he not there, but his body here. And then people be on life support for years because they be like, well, the body's still alive. So if the consciousness come back, he'll wake up. So that's why they be wanting to leave him on it, because they be like, he might come back. But what people don't want to accept is when people consciously leave their vessel, when they consciously leave their vessel, sometimes they consciously choose not to come back to it. I know, right? Who would have thought that somebody would choose to be like, man, I ain't going back to that life. I'm gone. Who would have thought that some people would actually make a conscious decision not to come back to the vessel? But yes, that's what happens. Not all the time, because sometimes the vessel's so messed up, the consciousness is like, because you gotta remember, your consciousness is smarter than, your consciousness is who you are. But in spirituality, in religion, they say you got a spirit man and a flesh man. The flesh man is your body telling you things. And then your spirit man is your consciousness, which is you. Now your heart thinks, your stomach thinks, your brain thinks, your body thinks. When you get an infection, I'm gonna prove it to you. When you get an infection or a cold, right? You don't tell your body, hey, I got a cold. You need to fight off this virus. You don't tell your body that. No. You got a thing called T cells in your body. The T cells connect to the whites. They call out to the white blood cells and tell them, hey man, we got some things in our body that shouldn't be there. We need you to fight it off. And then the white blood cells come and then they just consume them. They group up on them and then they consume it. That's how they fight them off. So you ain't tell your T cells to tell your white blood cells to come down there and fight this infection. You didn't do that. So it's a whole lot of thinking going on in your vessel outside of you. That's how you know you the consciousness inside this vessel. If you consciously think about it. But if you're a program, the people that's plugged into the matrix that can't think for themselves because you ain't nothing but a robot, one of these people that's just a fill-in character, you just here to be here, then you ain't gonna understand what's going on because this is a consciousness. And we ain't just regular conscious, it's a ascended consciousness connection over here. So this is the high consciousness living beings that's gonna connect with me. If you're not on a certain level of consciousness, you probably don't even know I exist. And I don't lose no sleep over that. Because what's meant for me will come to me. And what's meant for you will come to you. Hold on, you said the T lymph are white cells? Oh shit, I didn't even know that. All right, so wait, so that T thing, because look, what I know is about AIDS is AIDS take over the T cell and that's why AIDS take over the T cell. So by taking over the T cell, they take over the white blood cells, and that's why their body can't fight it off. No, I didn't know none of that. I didn't know they had to take time to mature themselves. And hey, hey man, I don't know everything. You know they say, as above, so below. Like, we all alive right now consciously having a human experience, and I'm on live, and then y'all is here living your lives. I'm a part of it right now if you're watching, right? But the crazy thing is, while we living in this universe doing all this, inside our body is a whole nother universe, because we sitting here talking about how the T cells and the white blood cells is talking and thinking and doing. That's a whole nother universe within the universe. If I recall, they use Revere transferees. It's why it's called a retrovirus. Oh yeah, look, hey, whatever you just said now, they said it's under review. Oh shit. Hey, I'll put that up there. It said it doesn't kill HIV. Oh, it locks the virus in with WC. Damn. Man, that's why I did not take up. Look, when I took up dental assistant, I'm going to tell you my thought process. When I was a kid in elementary, they said, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said a dentist. I don't know why, but I really wanted to be a dentist for some reason. But not really though. Like, it was like I really wanted to be a professional NBA basketball player, or that was really what I wanted to be. But I was like, a dentist. So I guess it was like a dentist or a basketball player. I ended up being neither one. I ended up being spiritually conscious on the ascended consciousness connection, being a spiritual coach, a mentor, a Reiki healing master, a tarot reader, a psychic. I always said I wasn't a psychic until I learned that a psychic is somebody who sees, and I seen this before it happened. Yes, I am a psychic. So I do psychic tarot readings because I like to do it with the cards. I'm not trying to be somebody who just look at somebody and then be talking about, oh yeah, in 12 years you're going to run over a dog with your bicycle. Not even trying to do all that. I don't even want to know if I could do that. I don't. Honest to God truth. I don't even want to be that kind. I don't want to be a psychic that can see everybody's. Too much. It's enough dealing with my shit. But if we're doing an ascended consciousness connection session and you ask a question, I will tap into my abilities to give you the information. Other than that, I ain't trying to do shit. But I'll do it for that. Because I know you're serious about it. I'm a person that can keep secrets, bro. Like, when I used to have multiple girlfriends, and if I seen a girl who was cheating on her boyfriend, if her boyfriend wasn't my friend, I didn't tell on her. I was like, hey, if it's meant for him to know, he gonna know. Other than that, it ain't my business. But if it was my people's, I let them know, like, look, man, you know I be out here doing what I be doing, you feel me? And you can either take this, either way, you can take this information or not take this information. But either way, you still my friend, bro. I ain't gonna look at you no different. Because if you love somebody enough, you can find a way to forgive them for anything. So I'm not gonna do that. There's certain things you do with me, I'm not forgiving you for. Straight up. But you have free will, and you can forgive somebody who beats you up every day and steal all your money. You can forgive that person every day of your life until you die, and they can rob you and beat you every day of your life. And if you forgive them, like I said, this is just an example. If you want to forgive them, you can do that. I'm not doing that. So I let them know, hey, your girl, she cheat on you. I seen her with dude. If you want, next time I see her with dude, I'll take a picture for you to show you. If you need that, I can do it. I didn't think about it at the time, but boom, boom, boom. If you want to stay, hey, I ain't. If you don't want, if you're gonna stay with her, you can stay with her. That's your relationship. It's just if you find out she cheated on you, I'm just telling you so you can't say that I didn't tell you. Cause we cool like that. Cause if my girl cheating on me, and you know cause I was cheating on my girl, you know I got multiple girlfriends, they don't even know, right? But if they cheating on me, and you know, I still want you to let me know, cause I'm gonna cut her off, cause she ain't supposed to do that. So I just try to be real like that the whole time. And then if it was a girl I was cool with, I didn't get too cool with her dude. I'll be nice or cordial with her dude, but I ain't never get too cool with her dude. Why? Because I'm not friends with her dude. I'm friends with her. Now, you know what I'm saying? And now, because I ain't hanging out with people like that anyways. I was always on my own mission dealing with my own people. I'm not hanging out with females' boyfriends. I'm not. If the female was just a friend with me, I wasn't hanging out with her too much anyway. She just a friend. The women you see me around was more than friends. That's how it was with me. Otherwise, I ain't around them like that. I'm passing and going. You feel me? We friends because we go to school together or something. We in class together, so that's why we talking all this time. Shit, when school out, I ain't with her. I'm trying to get with a chick I'm going to do something with. You understand what I'm saying? I was an East Point player, baby. And it's crazy though, because it's like all my relationships was harder when I was faithful. When I had more girlfriends or I cheat, my relationship was always cooler. But whenever I just was like, I'm just gonna be a good boyfriend and not cheat on her and tell her the truth, oh man, that was the hardest relationships for me. So what I learned is you gotta be honest with the woman that you're dealing with. You gotta tell her the truth, but you don't tell her all your truths. You pick and choose. You just never lie. Don't lie. But don't tell her the truth on everything. And then there's levels to everything. If she asks you, is it good? Hey, you know good. Scale 1 to 10. Shit. 7 to 10 could be good. So if it's a 7, you could be like, yeah, it was good. And then if she say, how good? Don't tell her 7. That's where I mess up. How good was it? He's like, well, it was 7 out of a 10. She gonna be mad. Like, that's barely made it. You feel me? All you gotta do is just say, baby, when I say something good, it's good. Because if it ain't good, I ain't gonna say it. And leave it at that. Do not fall for the trap of how good is it. When you dealing with your woman or your man, when they say how good is it, just leave good as good and okay as okay. And your relationship can only get better. If they ask you that much, like, well, how good was it? Then you ask them, well, was it good to you? Yeah, well, how good was it to you? Then let them tell you. And then you can agree. Because you know your spouse, whether it's male or female, they want to be right. And they want you to agree with them. What's the best way to be right? For them to be right, you to agree with them. When you know that something is good, and they say, and they know it's good, and you don't determine what level of good, you just agree with their level of good. Why? Because you just said it was good. And you be like, how good was it? That's what I'm saying. That's all you got to do. Because you're trying to stay in a common ground. And that's what's going to keep you in a relationship. Because I'm single. Because I'll be forgetting that common ground part. Because I'll be like, you know what? Now that I think about it, that shit was a 6 out of 10. It wasn't a 7. Now she mad. Why is it a 6? Because you didn't accept it when I said it was good. And you want to keep nagging me about it, so now it's a 6. I got that type of temper, bro. My temper off the charts. Then they say something smart back after that. Then I'll say something like, well, you know why it was a 6? Because your mama made it better. You feel me? Oh man, next thing you know, I'm getting a police call, going to jail. He's taking. I can't believe I called the police on you. I'm sorry. It's like, yeah, you know, fuck it, right? It's only my record. It ain't yours. That's crazy, bro. I remember when I used to sell weed and stuff, man. Remember when weed was illegal? He said, remember when weed was illegal, bro? I went to jail. I went to jail in Sandusky, Ohio, bro, for smoking a blunt this big, bro. It was a blunt this big, bro. My cousin, we at the gas station, 7-Eleven. My cousin, we smoking a blunt walking. He's like, yo, I'm about to go in the gas station. My dude working right here. He's like, so the dude in the gas station, he come out. My cousin's like, hey, let him hit the blunt though. He cool. So I'm like, all right. So I'm staying outside the gas station. Dude working out, I'm in the blunt. Pass it in. He in the blunt. A cop pull up and stop. I don't see the cop though, but he right here. I see a car come and stop right here, but I ain't looking at what the car is. I'm watching him hit the blunt. You feel me? And I'm like waiting on it to get it back because I don't even know this nigga. I just gave it to him because my cousin said let him hit it. It's my cousin weed, so fuck it, right? So the car stopped like right here. He gonna hand me the blunt back. So I'm like, shit, cool, shit, taking all day. So then I hit the motherfucker, and then the cop go, bloop, bloop. I look like, oh, damn. He's like, hey, so what are you smoking right there? I look like marijuana. I'm like, oh, man, look. Let me put it out. He's like, no, let me see that. I'm like, because my cousin in the gas station, I'm like, man, I ain't trying to get my cousin no shit. Fuck it. So I'm like, I ain't gonna say he's smoking or nothing. I'm like, fuck it. The dude right here that's working at the damn gas station, he's standing right by me. He gonna walk in the building. I don't even say nothing about him. You know damn well the cop seen him hand it to me, but shit, I don't say nothing. So I'm like, all right, so here. He's like, oh yeah, it's marijuana. I'm like, yeah, man, it's a little blunt, man. It's over with, man. He's like, yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pat you down and take you downtown. I was like, man, you taking me to jail? He's like, yeah, we're gonna book you. You gonna book me for the little bit of weed? My cousin come out and said, man, I'm getting cuffed up. He's like, man, that's my cousin. That's like, oh man, we already said. It's like, damn. He's like, but he gonna get out. I'm like, bro, I just literally going to jail right now. Now I'm just looking at my cousins, bro. Like, it's cool, fuck it, bro. I'm from the T. I'm from Toledo, bro. This Sandusky. I ain't tripping. So, boom, I go to jail, get booked, come right back out, pop back up with my cousin. He's like, damn, be out. So now I'm at a party and we kicking it. He's like, yeah, man. I was like, yeah, man, they really just went to jail, bro, for a blunt like this. Possession of marijuana. Still got that on my record. So yeah, that's how easy it is to go to jail. Being a real nigga. So, you know, when people get to hating on me because I became spiritual, right? Because if you religious, you spiritual, right? What's a religion without spirituality? But what's spirituality without religion? Still spirituality. See what I'm saying? What's religion without spirituality? Story time. What's spirituality without religion? Still spirituality. Let's see how this works. If you consciously think about it. Uh-oh. This tree look like it's leveling up now. Hold on. You see what I'm saying? Because told you, man, the Most High God conscience told me what to do with this tree. Watch how it come to life, though. And that's what it was saying to me. So that's how the tree coming together right now. I ain't gonna lie, it is starting to look like a tree. Kind of got it a little too veiny right here. This looking like one of them bodybuilders that be all veiny, bro. Got it a little bit too much going on in here. So next time it'll be a little less of this, but like I'd say like a third less of this part. But this right here, I'm liking that, and I like this. I just feel like 33% of it is a little too much right here. But maybe not. Maybe it needs a little more and it balance out. Actually, so right here, Persona White Dog said, I wanted to be an actor or a singer, also a pediatrician or a superhero. I'm none of those things. Laugh out loud. All right. I felt you because you're still positive about what you're doing. But let me point something out. You wanted to be an actor. Now, if you work a job where you deal with customer service, when you work a job or deal with customer service, or if you're in the medical field dealing with healthcare, basically, if you do any job interacting with people, you're an actor. If you're a professional while working any job helping people, you're an actor. Because you had to be able to act a certain way in order to have that position. So you're an actor. So my man, White Dog, you Persona White Dog, you is an actor if you're able to be professional at your job. Now a singer, all it takes to be a singer is to record yourself singing a song. And then you're a singer. Now, there's levels to it. There's levels to being an actor. The best actors you see in movies, right? The best singers do shows. But you can be an actor who's looking for work. And you can be a singer who haven't performed yet. And then a superhero, if you ever helped somebody who needed your help, and that means if you sent anybody money to help them out and you didn't have to, and you did that on your own free will, you're a superhero. Because you don't have to be, all right, I'm going to point it out to you. Clark Kent is Superman. Peter Parker is Spider-Man. When Peter Parker or Clark Kent when Peter Parker's at school hanging out with his friends, he Peter Parker. When he put on a suit, he's Spider-Man. Clark Kent be working as a news reporter. He a regular man, chilling. When he helps somebody, that's it right there. Clark Kent and Peter Parker are regular people. What make them superheroes is when they help. When they not helping, they regular people. When they is helping, they superheroes. Dang, hey, why don't, hey, I never thought about it like that, but that's the truth. The roots is like the top of the tree without the leaves. It do look like that. Because when you see a tree, all right, we got all these storms that happen. When you see the trees that's tipped over and the roots come out the ground, if you would have turned that tree upside down, it would have been a tree with a little bush on top. But you know they say, as above, so is below. Yeah, I'll give you an example. Everybody on here, they all watching Adrian Broner and them streaming all the time, right? I'm gonna bring his name up. They talk about AB, Adrian Boner, Adrian Boner. Hey, that's what he gonna probably say. No, I gave her Adrian Boner, but Adrian Broner, right? All right, so Adrian Broner, right? AB. He got money. He been rich, right? All right, but what is he doing? He's still a person getting drunk, talking crazy to his friend, being shady about money at times, competing with his friend over women. Getting drunk, buying escorts. What do you say a poor or homeless person do? They be like, oh, the homeless person ain't gonna do nothing but buy drugs and deal with prostitutes, and then he ain't gonna do nothing but get high or drunk and then mess around and want to fight you. Okay, same as above and below. Same shit Adrian Broner do. The ignorant people is the ones that can't see okay, I don't want to call them ignorant. Well, I do want to call them, because that ignorant means not knowing. So if you're not knowing, which means if you lack consciousness on something, you may be ignorant on that topic. So I appreciate the likes. Straight up. Appreciate the likes. You know what I'm saying? But so as above, so below. So you got homeless people that's doing drugs, you know, getting drunk, getting high, whatever, banging prostitutes or whatever, right? And guess what? You got rich people, famous people doing the same shit. Rich, famous people get food for free. Homeless people get food for free. The restaurant give the rich person food for free, and it's called an endorsement. The rich person endorsed them, they got food for free. That same restaurant give food to the homeless people for free, and that's called a write-off because it's a donation. And then everybody in the middle, you paying. I'm telling the truth because I live it. Everybody in the middle, you paying. The rich people will look down on the middle class. They'll say the middle lower class. The rich. Think about it. Pick your favorite rapper. What did he say? If you ain't got these on, you ain't got shit. Okay, so these shoes right here, 3 bands. If you can't leave the house with 10 bands on you, you broke, nigga. Okay, so that's your rich people you listening to. And he just said, if you can't leave the house without $10,000 in your pocket, you broke. So if you don't have $10,000, he's telling you in his mind, you broke. Then the middle class will look at a homeless person and be like, you bum, you ain't got no money. And then they listening to a rich person tell them they ain't got no money. The rich person say, I don't care what you think, this is what I'm doing. The homeless person say, I don't care what you think, this is what I'm doing. As above, so is below. All the shit is in the middle. There's good people in the middle. There's great people in the middle. There's bad people in the middle. There's horrible people in the middle. It doesn't matter top to bottom. There's good, there's bad, and there's ugly all around. The thing is, people are trained in their mind to ignore the ugly if they have enough physical things. So who's really real and what's really fake? They said, I don't like what he's saying. I'm like, that's what a liar would say. A liar can't stand the truth. That's why they always want to say, the darkness can't hide in the light. Because they don't really want to say the real deal. The lie can't stand in the truth. That's where it's at. The lie can't stand in the truth. He said, tell me, he said, you can't handle the truth. The truth is everything was darkness. Until God said, let there be light. The truth is everything is darkness. But God was alive. And everything was darkness. You can't handle the truth. Because everything was darkness. All the colors come out of black. All the colors come from darkness. White come from no color. You take all the color out of it, it's left with white. You can't handle the truth. Because everything was darkness. So when you get spiritual on them, you start dealing with truths. You start looking up stuff. You start researching stuff. They said never question God. But you can ask him anything. Isn't asking something a question? If you ain't supposed to question God about anything, then you shouldn't be asking him for shit. Because to ask is the question. You know, most people, you remember, hey, all right, so I'm gonna point this out. Remember when you're like 16, 17, 18, you know, somewhere in there, you're in high school, about to graduate, and you're gonna get your license. Remember that from 16 to 20, everybody be trying to get their license, right? You remember there's people that couldn't get them? You know what I mean? They kept failing the test, couldn't pass parallel parking and shit. Remember that? Couldn't get their license. Somehow couldn't pass a driver's test. But they got kids. They got kids. They didn't have to pass a test to make them kids. Them be the ones that have the most kids. So you intelligent people that's actually with another intelligent person that you connected with, if you want to make the world a better place, y'all the ones that need to be having the kids, bro. Because these dumbass motherfuckers. You know the ignorant people be like, hey, if I have another baby, I get another check. That's why they got a whole bunch of daddies. Look, some women have multiple daddies, baby daddies, and some men have multiple baby mamas because they having different relationships and things not working out. Okay? But there's some people who know they're not smart for real. And they be like, come on, man, I know you guys all knew these people. You guys all knew a dude who was like, man, she fine. She got a car and a crib, dog. I'm gonna get her pregnant and I'm straight. I know y'all met a dude like that. Because the women that are high value be trying not to be stuck with them kind of men. Women that are high value know that if they mess with a certain type of man, he gonna get her pregnant on purpose. Because he see her as a come up. When men got something going for themselves, they know certain women be trying to get pregnant by them. Because they want that talent. Because they feel like they smarter than you anyway. So they just want to have the baby by you to get the DNA and the talent in their kid. And then they want to separate you from the kid so they can try to mold the kid and they in it. But that's how the low frequency people operate. You understand what I'm saying? When you with somebody that's on a higher consciousness, because they always learning or they like to learn, you're connected with somebody like that, they want to work with you and they like to learn and you like to learn and you want to work with them, y'all the ones that need to make the babies because you're going to make a kid that's going to want to learn and work together with someone else. And they'll start by learning and working together with you. And that by default makes it a better place because of the productivity and the positive energy that's going to come out from you two beings creating another being that's going to be ready to create with another being. And that's the type of energy and time it's on. But instead, we got these people out here who's just a bunch of alcoholics and yeah, hey, that's all you take. Some of these women look, when you're doing alcohol, a lot of people don't even know they're alcoholics because they ain't never stopped long enough to find out that they got withdrawals coming. Some women get pregnant and they'll still drink for the first 3 months. That's all affecting the kid. The man carried the seed. Okay. The mother, they say, is Earth, right? Mother Earth. The earth is the land. The earth is the soil. The earth is the thing that holds life inside. The earth is an incubator, right? Because, you know, we can leave the planet. The earth is the nurturer. That's like the woman. But the seed come from the father. Then they be saying father is time. But then they say time don't exist. But the only way time can exist is because of consciousness. Now, where you born at on the earth dictates type of language. It dictates type of food you're gonna be getting. It dictates the environment. It dictates the way your skin the way your skin gonna look. Because no matter what your skin is, no matter if you go to a different part of Earth and you be there long enough, your skin will start changing. No matter who you is. So that's like the woman. The seed come from the father. So that's like the consciousness being put into the earth. And then where it lands at on the earth, it's already putting it in a certain type of mode. So male or woman, take this as it resonates. But if you an American and then you have a baby, and this doesn't matter about, you could be, that's why we use American. If you're an American, right, that means you could be any nationality, any descent, you could be any gender, right? So you American. So you could be anybody. You could be a Latino, you could be a native, you could be indigenous, you could be identify as a black, you could be Caucasian, you could be European, you could be Irish, any of that, because it's all here in America, right? So just American, male or female, you take that person and then have them have a baby with somebody from the other side of the planet. That kid about to be different. It's going to be having a parent that know another language with a whole nother lifestyle, with a whole nother type of foods and stuff. And then it's got your American parent with that kind of lifestyle and that type of food. So that kid just all the way different right there. That's the same as a man planting a seed in a woman. The woman he planted the seed in, it's like where you put the seed in the ground. An apple grew in Ohio don't taste the same as an apple grew in Florida. It's going to be two different type of apples, but they both apples. So the father plants the seed, the mother nurtures the seed. But if you don't know who the father is, all you know is you got apples, but you don't know what kind of apples. You just got an idea. Hey, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Okay, we got some likes. Appreciate that. My sister's birthday was yesterday. I ain't talked to her either. You know, I'm spiritual. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when you're in corporate America, you know, spiritually conscious people ain't the ones they really rock it with like that. Oh yeah, so back with the grades, right? So midterms, I had like the D's and two D's, two F's, and probably like two C's or something, right? go home. Sometimes I get whooped. Most times I don't. I usually just ain't allowed to play video games, and I got to do a whole bunch of stupid ass schoolwork and stuff like that. And then I probably be on punishment. Got to sit in my room. Can't watch no TV, and it'd be like that for like a week and a half. You feel me? And then when the grade cards come out, the F's usually be up to C or D plus, and then the D's be up to C or B minus, or a B. I get them all up. I get them all up a letter grades or 2 grades. Sometimes I don't get no D's. It'll be all C's and fucking B's on that shit. You know what I'm saying? But my parents used to hate that, but I didn't care. Cause I was like, I'd rather play the game and you got me doing this stupid ass book report of some shit that ain't got nothing to do with my class. My dad wanted to be a teacher that bad. He probably should have been. Well, you know, he taught us, so shit. He did do it, so shit. My mom taught us too, but she didn't have to. You know, she didn't have to do too much. She did, but she didn't have to do too much. My dad would be all on your ass. Walk around with the belt on his shoulder, nigga. My dad popped the belt. My dad whooped me in the grocery store before and then brought the belt. And then white people act like they didn't even see that shit. I'm like, man, he just whooped my ass in the middle of the store. They was probably happy. Like, look at that black man whipping his kid. That made him feel better. See, they do it. We wasn't that bad. I mean, we shouldn't have did it, but they do it to their own. You know, I say justification. They said, my body, my choice, no reparations. I'm like, man, what? You don't remember this? My body, my choice? Like, you talking about that, but then you say no reparations. So I mean, yeah. I know manure when I see it, and I don't have to see it to know it's manure because I can smell it. All right, so boom, hey, got a tree done. Hey, got a tree. Hey, that do look like a tree though. That look like a tree, man. That's all right. That's the best tree I ever drew for myself. All right, so I'm gonna take White Dog's advice on that drawing that stick figure for the person, but I'm gonna try it with the tree first, cause I be salty at myself when I don't do stuff right. I'm my hardest critic. I used to hit myself like, wham! I remember I see my son do that to himself, man. He messed up on something. I was like, hey, man, you messing up. And he was like, I messed up. I was like, yeah. He's like, I was like, hey, man. I was like, oh, snap. I was like, dude, you think I'm so hard, bro? He's like, man, I don't like messing up. And I was like, hey, you definitely my son, bro. I'm exactly like that. Hey, nobody's perfect. It's okay to mess up. The main thing that matters is that you know you messed up, so you know. And then the next thing is, it's not the end of the world, so you can change to make it better the next time. Try to do better and don't keep failing the exact same way. If you're messing up and it's not working out, you need to tweak something. Cause it might not be, you might not be that much off. The point is, if it ain't lined up, something gotta change. So with that being said, that means my goal is this tree should look better than this tree. How much better, I don't know. But better is what it's supposed to be because I'm supposed to be being better at what I'm doing. Because while I'm doing it, I'm learning. So let's see the progress. They be outside calling names. They get let in the gate. And I'd be like, how y'all ain't got no phones, bro? Like, that's a low frequency consciousness right there. Because how do you not have phones? Remember, most of the time people come by your house, you be expecting company. So you usually have some kind of consciousness, awareness going on because you be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out for so and so they supposed to be coming. You feel me? But that's how I know people don't care about people. Cause they be out there just yelling at the gate. They gotta yell the same name like 4 times, and then the person finally act like they hear them. That's because they want you to be out the gate. I went down there 2 different times. I heard the people at the gate, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's old girl's son." I went down there one time. By the time I got down the stairs, he was already inside and gone. I was like, "Yeah, that was a waste of time to come down there." Then the other time, there was a woman out there. Dang, my phone down to 15%. There was a woman out there. She lay here, but she didn't have her key. I guess she gave it to her son, so she calling for him. And I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna let her in." So I went down, and then when I went down, she gone. She already in. I was like, I ain't doing that no more. So now, because I'm on the ascended consciousness connection, and they yelling out at that gate. I don't care, bro, because you could get a key made, and then you wouldn't even have to be yelling at the gate. Or you could be like, yeah, come around this time. And then when that time comes, you're supposed to be looking out so that way when they get to the gate, you already know to go down there and let them in. So I ain't got time for that. Appreciate the likes. I'm on TikTok and YouTube. So I appreciate the likes. Feel free to like and oh yeah, definitely. Oh, now if they say who's doing the like, I'm gonna shout you out. It doesn't say. I just see. I find out when I get off live. If you hit the like button, thanks. All right, Bird. It probably was Bird. So, oh, there it is. It said like, dang, bro. That. Hey, I'll be 41 next month. I guess that's that old people stuff. So yeah, shout out to Bird. Appreciate you. Dang, it said like the live on the screen like 6 times, and I looking at the screen talking about I don't know who. Oh God, bro. Appreciate that. I also be on YouTube, but I do tarot readings and I do ascended consciousness connection sessions. And the ascended consciousness connection session is basically I'm gonna make a little promotional video to try to explain. You 40? Oh, hey, the thing is like I don't know, man. I guess nobody's perfect, so I guess when you get to be like our age, like around upper 30s, I think that you got so much stuff that you've been involved in throughout your life. Because like even if you never left the house, there's still so much things you can learn within 30 years, even if you don't even leave the house. That I think that when we focus in on certain things, all right, it's like this. I'm thinking when you get to like 30 and up, the less danger it is with something, the easier it is for you to overlook it. I think that's what it be. Cause like when you get like 30 and up, you notice all that weird stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Like you notice all that weird stuff. If there's a dog walking down the street and it's like throwing up, somehow you'll see it. You'll be like, man, what that dog doing over there? Like you just know it. And then if it's a sick cat or something, you'll just look and be like, man, that's like, what's wrong with that cat? Like, I just feel like when you like 30 and up, you just notice that stuff. You just start noticing that stuff. But then by you noticing that stuff, that's when somebody with dirty hands can touch you and break your face out. Because you ain't noticed that part because you missed the hands because you was too busy making sure everything else was cool because the person that was close enough to you wasn't supposed to be no threat, but they didn't touch you with some dirty hands. And for people that got scars, if you think about it, you don't usually get scars from people who don't get close enough to give you one. Think about it. Who broke your heart? Somebody you cared about. Who hurt your feelings? Somebody you cared about. If you don't care about them or you're not that close to them, how bad can it really hurt your feelings? That's how you know that the consciousness is who you is, because when somebody hurts your feelings that they didn't even know you, it's because they said something that you consciously felt about yourself. If you don't agree consciously with what someone is saying about you negatively, then it doesn't affect you. But consciously, if somebody said, hey man, you ugly, bro. It ain't who cares about that breakout on your face? You still ugly. Like, if I consciously looked in the mirror and felt like I was ugly, I'd be like, man, I can't stand that dude, man. He's saying I'm ugly and stuff, man. He don't even know what he's talking about. But my feelings just hurt. Why? Because I agreed consciously. But when that person's like, you ugly, and I'm like, man, ugly is just a word. And beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And if your eye ain't nothing I got eyes for, then you referring to me as ugly don't hold no weight over me. And then I'll be able to continue on my day like it didn't even matter. You know why? Because my consciousness didn't agree with what was being done. Appreciate it. All right, so we're still working, and what I'm doing is I'm doing an anime. So I'm making an anime, and the anime is just a Japanese word for animation, and the animation is a cartoon. So I'm making a cartoon, but I use the word animation because when you hear the word animation, it just sounds like I drew it more. I feel like a cartoon, when somebody say a cartoon, it just seemed like that take away from some of the detail that went into the art. And cartoons actually got great art, like Batman, Superman, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Looney Tunes, Mickey Mouse, Disney. Like, they got great detail in it. But like when you think of cartoon, like a cartoon, you think of like Sesame, like, you know, you thinking of like Animaniacs, you know what I'm saying? Super Friends, you know what I mean? But when you say animation, you thinking like, this might be like Dragon Ball Z. This might be like Berserk. This might be like Baki. This might be like Yu-Gi-Oh. This might be like Sailor Moon. This might be like, I don't know, just the word animation, it just sounds like a cartoon with like real life circumstances attached to it. And that's why I'm making an animation. Because it's a cartoon, but it's gonna be some real, you see the trees, man. I used to just draw them like, like I used to draw a tree like this with a cloud on top. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like this. I used to draw a tree like this. It'd be like this, and then I'd be like, yeah, let me give it the leaves. And then my tree would look like this, right? So I draw a tree like this, but I'm like, that look like a cartoon. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm paying attention to detail and I'm willing to put in the work because I want it to be good for y'all that watch it. So with the detail came this, and now this is how I'm drawing the tree. Okay. And my brother draws way better than me. My mom draws better than me. My son draws better than me. But I'm spiritually conscious on the Ascended Consciousness Connection, and I'm the Big Chief. So I think different than everybody. Consciously, I'm different than everybody. So what's going to separate my animations, my art, my merchandise is going to be the consciousness that was used to create it. Because the consciousness that I have, nobody else got it. Because we're all individually different, and the consciousness is who we are, so we're all consciously different. That's why my YouTube channel is Ascended Consciousness Connection. That's the main one I'm on. That's my newest one, but that's the one I really wanted to be. And then my other one is Spiritually Conscious. I had started that before I ended up being on the Ascended Consciousness Connection. But they go hand in hand, and I run them both. Because I have people that were other spiritual people and stuff, that other people that was hating on my content, that just flag all my videos and stuff without me even doing nothing wrong. And then I got to go through all this processing to get my stuff back right. So since I had to do all that, I had to make more than one page so that way I could upload the same videos to get them out to the people. Because when they talk about the people that's against the spiritual people and against the truth, they always against me. I'm the main one they targeted. That's why all my stuff is lower, because they put all their stuff into me the most. So, Ascended Consciousness Connection. You can get the shirt, links in the bio. That's what we on right there. Ascended. That means high. And we already up, but it's limitless. So it's abundance. It never runs out. It's infinite. So we already ascended because we already up. And then we on a consciousness connection. So we basically in the sky linking up. And then that's the logo you'll see on the YouTube channel, because that's what it is. You see that? That's me. I'm a pro-consciousness. Hashtag pro-consciousness, bro. So my phone is at 15% battery. And now I see why the other creators other people that do content and stuff that I rock with, I was supporting people's channels and stuff. And now I see why they said, like, yeah, man, I gotta get off this live. My phone dying. I was like, dang, your phone dying, bro. You only been on for like an hour and a half. What you be doing with your phone? But now I see, like, it do be draining your battery. So, dang, I didn't know it do it like that. So I've been on live for 2 hours and 17 minutes. I'm at 9% on my battery. So that means I could do probably like another 13 minutes and then my phone will die. So I don't want it to end like that. So we're gonna get off of here. So this is where we at right now. Hey, I did get 2 trees though. And remember I said like this one I had a lot going on. Just a little bit too much inside the bark right here. And this one, you see I did less on the bark and see how I did it. And then I said I learned a little bit better about the leaves. So I feel like that's progress right there. I said I wanted to make it better. I think both trees look good. I feel like I did get better at drawing a tree right here. So yeah, I kind of like doing the trees. I'm probably gonna do like one more. Man, I might draw 3 more trees when I get back on live. 3 more trees, and then I need to put something in the background. So I don't know what I want to do. But yeah, this is for the park setting for the animation. Yeah, so you know what? Hey, this is the woods. Dude, I might need to do. I don't know. I'm thinking about 3 or 4 more trees. But real talk, I think I should do 5 more trees. I'm not trying to do 5 more. No, I don't know. 3 or 4. We'll see what happens. But I know I have to do some more trees. But yeah, I'm gonna be back on live. I gotta let my phones and stuff charge up. What time we at? 10:50 in the morning. That's what's up. So yeah, I'll probably get back on. I don't like saying what time because then you know that. Okay, I'll say it because I know that they always trying to put up somebody to try to go against me, man. So I ain't really worried about it. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. They can't stop the show, dog. So yeah, I'm thinking about like maybe 1 o'clock. I don't know, maybe 1 o'clock. But I'll be getting back on live, and then we're gonna be back at this drawing. Cause yeah, I like them trees. So yeah, I'm gonna get back on this drawing. But right now I'm gonna take a break. I ain't even gonna draw nothing. I'm just gonna let my phone charge. Just let my phone charge, man. And what I'm gonna do, I'm about to work out. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna do some of that washing on my face, like my brother said. With that, the big chief has spoken. Ashe.